Hello, I'm Mark. I'm a Christian conservative, but I would say I would definitely say storming the Capitol building is neither conservative nor Christian. Some people say, and they say they have evidence that was Antifa, or there was some Antifa in there. Some guy wearing some horns, like a bull, and like wearing a mask. And they say it was Antifa. That was at least some of the people that stormed the Capitol building. I'm sure there might have been others that were convinced to storm the Capitol building too, and they've identified the man who was 60 years old, I think, who was sitting at Nancy Pelosi's desk. But conservatives are frustrated. They believe the election was stolen from them. They look at the footage from, or conservatives or Republicans anyway. Conservatives and Republicans believe the election was stolen from them. They look at State Farm Arena, how they pulled out boxes supposedly of ballots. I mean, they could have been Christmas cards, for all we know. But they supposedly pulled out boxes of ballots after the observers left of the Republicans. So, and the observers were told, from what I've heard, to stand far off from and not observe, to observe from a distance where they couldn't tell what was going on when they were counting the ballots. And these things are supposed to be illegal. As a Christian conservative, I'm not happy that we're not having Trump. Somebody said, I was talking about Trump, and I said, well, I don't like Trump. And he said, but you voted for him. I don't vote. I haven't voted for years. The last person I tried to vote for was Alan Keyes, a black man. He was more ethnically black than Obama. I tried to vote for him, but he was not on the ballot. I probably should have voted for him anyway. I liked Alan Keyes' conservatism, or supposed conservatism. I like what he said. And that's all you can really depend upon with politicians, is what they say. Trump sold us out through the MS, or through the, USMCA agreement. And Congress approved, both houses of Congress approved it, and now it's law that we're supposed to be under another authority. We're no longer an independent country. We're no longer an independent state. We're under the authority of a foreign power. This is exactly what happened during the Civil War. Once they kicked the South out, they said, you're no longer states, we're one state. Which is why I call myself a citizen of the United States of America. Because we're one state now. They pretend that the states have rights, and they'll say the states have rights. As a conservative, I would say that the federal government has gone far beyond its power stated in the Constitution. Nobody seems to care, as long as they're handing out stimulus checks. And I can use a stimulus check. I got one. People are happy. I'm happy I got a stimulus check. If I start working, I imagine I'll have to pay the stimulus check back. Or we'll get hyperinflation and we'll get it paid back that way. Money just doesn't appear out of thin air. People print it. And the Federal Reserve prints it, and it's not federal. It's not a federal agency. That was another thing that's against the Constitution. But all these bureaucracies like the FBI, I saw somebody really, really tearing into the FBI. They took a knee for Black Lives Matter. Of course Black Lives Matter. I love black people. They're some of my favorite people in the world, but Black Lives Matter is supposed to be a socialist, communist group. And as I see we lose freedoms in this country through the mask mandate, through the stay-at-home orders. I want to get my hair cut in Indiana, and I couldn't get my hair cut. And I go to the store, and I look for canned chicken, because I make chicken salad sandwiches for my lunch sometimes. And there was no chicken available. And then I went again after they were saying the virus was coming back again, and there was no small chicken cans of the ones that I wanted in the grocery store. So anyway, we have President-elect Joe Biden coming in, and he will be president, I assume. And then it seems most reasonable to assume that Joe Biden will be President Joe Biden. And then we have Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, whom I assume will be Vice President. I don't want the liberal policies, but then again, I don't want, as a Christian, how can I support a revolution against the government? This is like what do they call it? It begins with an M. The rebellion of the Jews against the Greeks, because they were offering pigs on their altars. They said, we'll respect your religion, and you can do as you wish. And then they changed their minds and tried to Hellenize the Jews. And this was a problem because, probably a problem for other countries as well, because they were saying, we will sacrifice, and you will sacrifice pigs on your altar. Well, that's an abomination to God. I think it would be, or was an abomination to God. I think that would be more of an abomination to the Jews, or more abomination to God than it would be to the other gods of the nations around them. More against their religion. So anyway, conservatism, true conservatism would have accepted King George as ruler over us. And a lot of people in Congress were saying that. They were saying, well, we should not throw off King George because he's our king. Conservatives don't try to change the government, or they shouldn't try to change the government. True conservatives, the Republicans might do that. And Antifa might have been in there, apparently was in there to some extent. But conservatives don't try to change the government. If we want to change the government in this system, we would change it through voting, or through calling our senators or other elected officials. We would not rebel against the government. We would not sit at Nancy Pelosi's desk. That's where Nancy Pelosi belongs. As a Christian, even more so, because I believe that conservatism is a political outgrowth in this system of Christianity. Christianity does not accept rebellion against the government. If you look at Romans 13, it says that. So I do not approve of what happened on January 6, 2021, you know, where they as they were storming the Capitol building. But I am a conservative, and if possible, more so than that, a Christian. You know, we should pray for Joe Biden, President-elect Joseph Biden. We should pray for Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, and I will do that, just as I prayed for Trump, just as I prayed for President Trump and prayed for Vice President Pence. I'm concerned about the liberalism, but we'll see what we get. You know, we might get some shutdowns again, and we might get things we don't like, such as the taxpayers paying for abortions and sending money to Planned Parenthood. I don't know whether, I thought they did that. Now I'm not sure that they do that anymore, but there might have been a bill about that. But we'll see what we get. God bless you. That's it.